Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to highlight the freebie available on the Epic Game Store right now, and it is quite good, as they have been for the last few days. Also, I know you guys love free stuff, and while this isn't a free PC game, I do want to highlight that on iOS, you can get a fantastic game free right now, and I've noticed that based on YouTube analytics, the majority of my viewers that watch my videos are through mobile. I know a lot of you guys use Android platforms, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but a great freebie on iOS for those of you watching on an iOS platform. Outside of that, I also want to cover a crazy Morrowind mod that has gotten a major update. It has released 60 new quests, a massive new map. Morrowind was one of those games that I'm a little bit iffy about, and I'll talk all about that. And also, how about this? This is something that just came to my attention. Temtem, a brand new Steam Early Access title coming next month, and what is it? Well, it's an MMO that is a lot like Pokemon. Hell, even in the description of the game on Steam, they're saying that the game is inspired by Pokemon, so we'll talk that at the end of this video. First up, I want to give you guys a heads up that Ukulele and the Impossible Lair is the freebie on the Epic Game Store right now. This is an awesome freebie and arguably one of the best that they've had because this game is still super expensive. It came out back in October of this year, so it's just 2 months old, and if you want to buy it on Steam right now, it is on sale. It released at $29.99, but the sale price isn't much lower, $22.49, and you can get it free on the Epic Game Store. Again, a lot of you guys don't like to play games on the Epic Game Store, whatever the case may be, but considering the value of some of these games that you're getting for absolutely nothing, I would say that this is pretty good. And Impossible Lair is obviously the follow-up to the first Ukulele that I thought was quite good. I've yet to play the sequel, but it notes Ukulele and the Impossible Lair is a brand new platform adventure from some of the key creative talent behind Donkey Kong Country. As the colorful buddy duo, you must tackle a series of stunning 2.5D levels and explore a puzzling 3D overworld rich with secrets and surprises. It harkens back to those mascot platformers that you know and love, games like Banjo-Kazooie and things like that. Very charming in presentation and game design, and if you're into platformers, definitely one worth checking out. As far as Steam reception goes, all-time reviews, 174 user reviews, 91% positive, and the game does have an 81 on Metacritic, so good reception all around. And given that it's down to the price of absolutely nothing, a pretty good freebie over on Epic Game Store. Alright, moving on from that, for those of you on iOS, I do want to let you guys know about the fact that Bastion is a freebie right now on the App Store. If you get Bastion, it's a free download for everyone, but you can also pick up the full game unlock, and that's free for the rest of the day. Bastion is a tremendous game, so I wanted to bring this to your guys' attention. It is a fantastic game that really set the tone for downloadable games, you know, when a lot of games were being released physically and most of the high-quality titles, the AAA games, were only available physically. Bastion showcased that these smaller downloadable budget titles could be something of quality, and obviously Supergiant, the developer of the game, has parlayed the success of Bastion into so many other tremendous games. Transistor, which by the way, if you want to pick that up on iOS, it is 99 cents. They did Pyre, and then now Hades is in early access. All of their games are at an extremely high quality level, and I would argue that Bastion is their best game. I don't know necessarily, I would really have to sit down and think about it, but nonetheless available free on iOS. Typically not going to cover mobile stuff on this channel, but if you guys are interested, there you have it. And again, I wanted to mention it because based off my analytics, large percentage of you are watching this video on mobile, and then I imagine maybe 50% of those mobile watchers are watching on an iOS platform. I don't know how that divides up. I don't get information like that, but nonetheless, that is something pretty cool. Alright, moving on from that, how about an 18-year-old Morrowind mod project releasing 60 new quests and a massive new map? Yes, the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind is a little bit old at this point. It's almost, 18 years old. And I've talked about Morrowind in the past, and if you guys are familiar with my thoughts of the game, you know that I don't think super highly of it. Not because I'm arguing that it's a bad game, far from it, but Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind released in 2002, and back then, games did not hold your hand as much. Morrowind really leaves you to your own devices, and for me, personally speaking, that is not the game style that I like. Some people absolutely adore Morrowind, and there's a reason why the game has an overwhelmingly positive reception on Steam, 95% based on 314 recent reviews, 89 on Metacritic. It's a really well-received game, and it's a game that's been getting better and better through mods and updates and things like that. And I'm sure a lot of my qualms with the game at this point point have been remedied with various mods, and I can have that experience that I want. Whatever the case may be, even if Elder Scrolls 3 isn't my favorite in the series, I can appreciate what modders have done for this game. And over the last 18 years, that's how long modders have been working on expanding the game's already enormous world. And those that were working on Tamriel Rebuilt have been slowly adding pieces to Morrowind, and this week they released one of their biggest additions ever. The original version of Elder Scrolls 3 was supposed to include the entire Morrowind region, not just the central island that comprised the final game. Developers at Bethesda eventually slimmed down their vision before release. Ever since the scope of the original game changed, the modders at Tamriel Rebuilt have been working to put the pieces back together and rebuild the missing mainland in the game. The project's newest release is centered around a new region located south, and the region features a massive river and several new cities and settlements. This latest version of the mod also includes more than, get this, 60 new quests designed to be done in this area, including at least one large multi-threaded adventure so that you'll have plenty to do once you're there. The latest patch, dubbed 19.12, the map is just a little closer to completion. However, there's still plenty left to add. According to the announcement post, the next project for the Tamriel rebuild team will be the Thur Valley, a region of the Nasus district. Apparently, most of the exteriors for this area are already completed, and it's around 2/3 of the way done, so it's possible that this could be coming sometime next summer. This is actually incredible. I love seeing stories like this, even if I'm not the biggest fan of Morrowind in the world. To see a game sustain this kind of longevity is one of the incredible things about PC gaming, that a game like Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, you could have bought it over a decade ago, well over a decade ago, and it is still persisting in value, and you are still getting mileage out of the game. You can go back to it all the time, and that kind of longevity is just not available in a lot of games. Obviously, on PC, there are a lot of games with that kind of longevity, but nonetheless, pretty incredible to just see a content drop like this and being able to revisit classic games like this. Hell, reading this, honestly, it makes me kind of want to give Morrowind another shot, and honestly, I might do that at some point. There's like a billion games to play, so Morrowind is probably not going to launch up to the top of my to-play-list, but nonetheless, really cool stuff. And the Game of the Year edition for the title is on sale, 70% off, $449 over for the Steam winter sale, so that's really great. And lastly, I do want to highlight a very interesting game coming to Steam in January 21st to be exact. It's being published by Humble Bundle, actually, and it's hitting early access. I should make that abundantly clear. And that is Temtem. Temtem is a massively multiplayer creature collection adventure inspired by Pokemon. Seek adventure in the lovely airborne archipelago alongside your Temtem squad. Catch every Temtem, battle other tamers, customize your house, join a friend's adventure, or explore the dynamic online world. Every kid dreams about becoming a Temtem trainer, exploring the 6 islands of the airborne archipelago, discovering new species, and making good friends along the way. Now it's your turn to embark on an epic adventure and make those dreams come true. Catch new Temtem on the floating islands, battle other tamers on the sandy beaches, or trade with your friends in ash-covered field. Defeat the ever-annoying clan Belosto and end its plot to rule over the archipelago. Beat all 8 dojo leaders and become the ultimate Temtem tamer. So obviously, they're not hiding anything at all. This is obviously based off Pokemon. They're trying to give you an online experience outside of it being on a Nintendo platform as well, so that's kind of cool. And it does note a story campaign where your journey across 6 vivid islands, online world, the days of traveling solo are over. The world is a massively multiplayer one. Tamers from around the world can join you and you will be able to see them around you. Co-op adventure, you'll be able to join forces with a friend anytime and work together towards your next goal. Catch new Temtem, complete a route, or face off against a Temtem leader, all while fighting alongside your friend in dual battles. Buy your own house at Atoll Row and decorate it your way. Buy new furniture, color your walls, and you'll be ready to invite your friends over. A lot of customizability option, and there is of course a competitive layer to the game as well. It will be hitting early access on January 21st, and I imagine that this is going to be a game that will be rough around the edges initially, but a release like this is inherently gonna have a lot of excitement surrounding it, especially with it being available directly on Steam. It having a relatively major publisher, at least a known publisher and Humble Bundle, they're gonna promote the hell out of it, and it's gonna get a lot of attention that way. Imagine the game will be promoted on Humble all over the website, so that is gonna give the game a little bit of a push. Ultimately, the game has to be of quality and people have to be engaged in the experience, but I expect at least initially it is gonna have a lot of attention. A lot of people are gonna be streaming it just to see what all the fuss is about. Now, whether that is sustainable, whether they roll out consistent updates to give people reason to join back in, that is a question that remains to be answered, but ultimately we'll see how that turns out after January 20th. 21st. We'll see how the servers are, we'll see how the player base is, and we'll see a lot of the mechanics and whatnot of the game. And I think that is what's gonna ultimately determine how the game turns out. But very exciting nonetheless, and definitely one I'm gonna add to my wish list. And that's gonna conclude this video. Again, get Ukulele and the Impossible Lair free right now on Epic Games Store. Also get Bastion free on iOS. The Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind's mod has gotten an insane update, releasing 60 new quests and a massive new map. The game is 70% off and Temtem out on January 21st. Pretty excited for that, a little skeptical, but nonetheless, that should be some cool stuff. That's gonna wrap up this video. If you guys have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.